Hi,
Hello.
welcome to the Jesse
And Angela.
Love Show in sunny Miami, Florida. And we're glad that you are tuning in onto the show.
Yes.
If you have not tuned in yet, tune in. It's a good day. It's sunny.
Looking like Shaka Khan and Diana Ross. They're just crazy.
I just hope I'm right, Jesse. Anyway, it's where they're not supposed to be dogs, and dogs are here, and they're not released. Look at me like a stranger. They were like into this park. They were barking at me. I was trying to find a stick so that just in case that I would have to defend myself. Of course, I had a bag too. I will, but I love it. I know they will bite. I mean, the guy had these robots. They were running around. You know, they running around. He got them on a leash now. I'm sure they was going to bite. And it should be in smart. But anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know if you have heard, but the guy that had hacked into Sarah Palin, that was the governor of Alaska. She was running for vice president with
This, president.
She was being vice president.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
She
that's correct. Right. That's
she
correct.
had to testify against this guy, University of Tennessee, to hack into her email. And they was, and we was discussing this, and we was discussing about this and that. But they gave this man at least 50 years in prison because
he might get 50 years in prison
and things like that, and consumer fraud and a whole lot of this stuff going on.
So stealing is a bad thing.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's a bad thing. It's worse than murdering somebody.
Yeah, I said 50 years.
50 years. Some people don't even get 50 years for killing a person.
They sure
and it's crazy. They actually shoot people for money or whatever. They don't get 50 years sometimes. Sometimes they get out before 50. This young man is planning. He might get 50 years.
50 years.
I don't care what color he is or whatever. Woo, that's a stiff punishment. So do not steal. Do not do what one time they call it caper crime. Or do not get in on their computer, young or old.
Right.
Teenagers or pre-teenagers, whatever. If you're a kid, do not do it. Do not get in there and try to get on people's accounts and stuff like that. That is against the law.
Exactly.
Whichever way you want to put it, the law will be there waiting for you.
Exactly.
So that's a point to make.
That was really bad. We was like 50 years. That's more than anybody who have
blown people away
and I mean robbed and killed and
in front of their children and family members.
And here they are. They get less, but he gets more. And
wow, boy, you get stealing, huh?
He should never been No, he passed it. No, I take it back.
Yeah, he was able to do that.
He passed it because he got in Sarah Palin's computer, and voila, he's in there now. I wonder how he gonna
stress upon the family. Remember, when you do things that are against the law, you cause great stress upon the family. Heartbreaks and everything else. They were looking for a future for him, but unfortunately, he decided to go the other way. And that's another subject.
And there was another thing that we happened to see was about the orbit that happened to be in Mexico, which is near Mississippi. Right now, now it's going to start affecting they got this special ship or plane or something like that. They're supposed to come and try to suck up as much oil as they can,
Yeah.
but you know, it's just a little late. But they trying to save or salvage the things that may or may not, you know, lost. But it's just that unfortunately this oil is getting ready to reach the coastline of Mississippi. So, you know, just, you know, we still got to protect our animals and our wildlife, you know, because you know, it's
we need stiffer regulations,
it's pretty bad.
or if we get stiffer regulations in the United States, or stricter regulations on how things should be done to try to prevent it, at least 99.9%.
Right.
Because, you know, we eat those things that's in the ocean and everything.
Yeah, we sure do. And it's already bad enough for mercury.
We like crab, we like all of those things. Animals to survive. We eat them sometimes. We eat vegetation. People say, well, we kill animals that's not harmful. Well, yes, we do. We have to put it. We don't want to destroy them. People, it's their livelihood to fish or whatever. And for us, these wonderful crabs and things that we like.
Exactly. So, you know, we just have to, you know, pray for little animals. Unfortunately, so that they won't be destroyed. I mean, because they got wildlife extinct.
Yeah,
so,
they're becoming extinct anyway.
Right. With this,
the population would decrease more. We have to work a little harder to get that and try to keep that oil in a certain place. They do have methods and everything. Of course, I've been, you know, we need to be more conscious of whatever is happening. Right. Engineers need to pay attention to things that's about to happen. So that we won't have to go through most of this. Like I said, 99.9% that we won't have to do that. But we need to work on those things that are about to happen.
Exactly.
We need to keep an eye on them. I know I actually have a job there, you know, evangelism and all of that. That's my top thing that the Lord has called us to do. But I know I could have done other things too. You know, because my focus, we do look at things in natural, like, you know, the things that are happening. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we really pray that people are being more conscious of things.
Right.
What else do you need?
And one thing that I want to say too, before we go on to our lesson, was the two coal miners that are in Kentucky. This coal mine is called Depica Mine, which is a big, large coal mine that's in Kentucky. Please pray for the family. There are two of them that got trapped inside the coal mine due to the rocks above them, or the ceiling, they said it had collapsed. So we want to pray for them and pray for the family of the two missing family. There was two that escaped, but there was two that are trapped at this moment. So hopefully they may have, at this time that we broadcast this, may have already got them out.
Yes.
But, you know, just pray for them. And they said this is the largest employment that they have in the coal mine. They have over 300 employees there. So with that, you know, and the rocks are falling, we already lost 29 from another state, coal miners. So here we are, we're dealing with the two.
And two is a lot.
And yeah, two is
just
a lot.
Just like as one is a lot. A life is a lot.
you
Anytime
know,
a life is taken is a lot.
It's a lot. So we don't know if it was a father and son or their brothers. We don't know, but that is our seed that are being destroyed.
Right.
If you think about it,
it's a human life.
You know, it's a life that we need in order to reproduce this country. You know, so we need the males just like we need. You know, the males need the females. So that is very, very important. So other than that, you know, there's other things that we can talk about, but we don't do it on another time.
Yes.
We want to do this wonderful lesson that Jesus has for us.
Oh yes. I think we should say Ono is in the Bible. It's in the book of Nehemiah, the 6th chapter, and Chronicles, the 8th chapter, and all of those places too as well. If you read the second verse, it says, "Let us meet together in the plain of Ono." Ono is a plain that it's a plain about it which above the city was there. What's the point on Ono? What's the point on this subject? We can relate to this. A lot of people think whatever happened in their own society today. Yes, we can. We can relate to the situation in the book of Nehemiah. They were trying to rebuild, restore, in spite of all the situations that goes on. Can we relate to that today? A lot of us like to rebuild, restore. And we got a lot of other people that are trying to hinder those things. But oh no, you know how somebody say, oh no.
When they hear
when somebody tell them, oh, it's
bad news. Oh no.
Right.
Or
yes.
Or something they can't believe that. Oh no, that didn't happen to me. Oh no, that surprise or so
Yeah. It's about so topic they wanted this man. He was had a leader in getting this place restored, Lord's people restored, and the gates restored, and the doors, and they wasn't quite there yet. And that's a good point. The doors were not restored yet. The gates wasn't quite there. And people always get you when it's not quite there. And you gotta say, I'm not. Don't come down. You gotta say, oh no. You know, when somebody try to give you, it doesn't matter where's your class or level financially, whatever. And we're gonna cover that too. Well, they try to give you some illegal drugs or whatever. You know, you go in a party sometimes and clubs and everything, and then when you get outside the door or inside the door, they'll try to introduce you to drugs and stuff. Especially college students, teenagers, and high school students, and pre-students, and children. People try to introduce you to things, and you can't come down to that because you, as a person that has worked hard, as a person, as an employee or a business person, you have worked so hard to get where you are going. You can't come down. You can't come down to that level. We have a lot of communities where drugs are issued out to illegal drugs through people that decide that they're going to try to live the life, the bad life, or the illegal life of selling drugs. And they're right on your street. When your children come home and get off the bus, they right there. They might say, you know what, you can make a lot of money. You can get Nikes and stuff like I have. You don't have to get Nikes that way. You can get Nikes another way. You can get nice shoes and clothing for your mother. Children have to be patient. Family members have to be patient. Go ahead.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to cut you off, baby. But I just realized kids are being in their home because you have families. They take your children and place them out there to produce more money for them so that they don't have to be getting anybody from the outside, because they could be able to pretty much trust the kids. They're not realizing the safety of the kids.
They don't care about that. They care about that love of that money.
That money is got.
And their children need to call 911 or somebody and find social services or something so they can get out of that house, even though they're biologically the parents. Because if they are trying to make you, I almost said the word, some prostitute on the street trying to get things and other things, you need to get out of there.
Exactly.
You need not to come down even as a child, a pre-teenager. If you're a boy or girl, you get molested and everything, you need to be molested. You don't want to, you can't deal with personal life and everything. You don't want someone that stuff like that. You need to fight that, even as a child. I used to say my dad told me to do something to a person that just my told me to hit in with a broken bottle. I'm 7 years old and I know better not to do that.
Right.
I wasn't coming down to that. I said something was wrong with my dad. I thank the Lord for insight when you're young, because you could have been mad and went over there and cracked the dude. I think he was a pretty big teenager or whatever, in the head, right in by the temple, and killed him.
Right.
And then you have to live with that the rest of my life. Because they probably somehow would have gotten out, because it was almost basically they would probably consider self-defense, but it really wasn't. It was just something he had did.
Right.
Even if it was self-defense, I don't want to hurt anybody. Of course, if you have a family member and people break in your house, your family member come first. Of course, you're going to have to do something to keep them off your family member. They come to kill, to destroy. Steal, kill, and destroy. You don't know what they, come in there. I know one thing, they're not supposed to be there.
That's
So
right.
what I'm saying as a child, listen to it, your family members listen to it. Everybody's not. That's what the mother I had that encouraged me not to do this and that. I love my daddy, but that's what he was saying. He probably wasn't thinking, but I know I was conscious enough to know that I would hurt this man more than I should have. Just done whatever, I broke my bike, I ran into me, trying to bully me or whatever. You know what I mean? So everybody don't have the consciousness that I have. A lot of people don't. I know some children do have a good gift and a good conscience and everything. They won't do certain things. And some of them don't. That's the reason why some of them are on the street. They're drug dealers and prostitutes and everything else. I have